Under a bush arbor, the Piney Grove Baptist Church of Fort Lauderdale was organized in 1904 on the corner of 2nd Street and Brickell Avenue by the Reverend B. F. Goodwin. 11 members comprised the congregation. Sister Mary Bell suggested the name of Piney Grove Missionary Baptist Church.
Of 1950, New Year's night, I joined under Reverend Harley. We used to walk from the Dixie Coat Project down there. They was in a little house. It wasn't a church then, it was a little house. But I remember Reverend Harley and Miss Harley. She made you think you could fly and you didn't have no wings. That's the way she was. And then in the neighborhood we had a store, and sometimes I go down there and ask them for money to help pay for the church. It was really nice. It was really nice. Well, I can't remember a lot of them names. I done forgot because I'm old now myself. And I have enjoyed all the years I've been here. I really have enjoyed.
I don't know the exact number of years, but I joined under the leadership of Reverend C.V. Ford. Upon joining, my kids became members of the choir. I joined the choir. My wife got involved in various things that were going on. So it was very instrumental in helping us to become who we are today. We had a great time. It was great learning and growing experience. The most memorable experience here at First Baptist was when I was working with the Boy Scouts. We had Pack 164. We would go out to campsites and we'd spend the entire weekend there. Kids didn't worry about having no radios. They didn't worry about having cell phones. They wanted, when we got ready to leave, their main question is, could we stay another night? So we had a great time in Pack 164, and we were there together for quite a number of years. And that kind of experience is one that has been with me for that entire time, and it will be with me for the rest of my life.
The church has been extremely instrumental in nurturing my Christian experience. I learned how to better myself. As the church nurse, it allowed me the opportunity to fellowship with others, and as the president of the Adult Ushers Ministry, I have learned how to fellowship under Christian leadership. So it has really enhanced my Christian experience.
I've been inspired by some of the things that I've seen happen, and I've been encouraged. There were good and there were bad, but when I weigh them, there's more good. I think being selected by Reverend Pugh to serve as a deacon was a milestone in my life, and something that I've tried to live up to ever since.
Now, I came here as a child, so I participated in almost every youth activity they had here. Not all the time because I wanted to, but because my grandmother, Rachel Johnson, made me. Because she did that, and because of the other leaders in this church, all the Gaddys, the Tonnages, the Hansberries, the Crawfords, and many, many more, the Mosbys, I remember him taking us to the National Convention in San Francisco, California, which is the only national that I attended. And it was just great. We met hundreds of people, and some of the youth that was with us had never been on a plane ride before, but those are the kind of things we grew up doing, things that we normally wouldn't have been able to do. Just a simple thing as staying in a hotel. Some people have never stayed in a hotel before. We flew back, they flew us all back first class. The only time I've ever been in first class. So those things are memorable, and these are things you never forget.
The church has been instrumental to me in my Christian experience for many different reasons. I can start by saying when I go to Sunday school, my teacher is Miss Stevens, and she keeps it real all the way. She helps me through my life, throughout, even outside of church. I still remember the things that she tells me in Sunday school. And with Dr. Hughes, his scriptures, it keeps me throughout the week. and it keeps me on Wednesday night when we do Bible study. So I really appreciate everything that this church has given me, even with the youth choir, with Minister Breon, helping us become a family and become more unified. It has helped me with my relationship with God and the fellowship that I have with other people.
In 1988, I was unsaved, unchurched, and was invited to First Baptist Piney Grove by then Deacon Kenneth Loffman. And after attending Bible study regularly, both myself and my wife accepted Christ, joined the church in 1989, and was baptized by Reverend Alfred Pugh, who was the pastor at that time. It has been a wonderful experience for me, coming into a church where the culture was different, and being from the Caribbean, where there was only about 5 members of Caribbean descent at that time. I was able to blend in and was welcomed into the church, and it made me realize that in the body of Christ, no matter where we're from, we're all one, and we have more in common with someone in China who is saved than someone right in our home who is unsaved.
The church has been instrumental in terms of strengthening and developing my Christian walk and my Christian experience due to the nourishment and the leadership of those that came before me. I watched, I observed before I allowed myself to become active in the church. Piney Grove has nurtured me to think differently, to set my mindset a little bit higher than my peers, just because I know that I'm walking with the Lord and the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Therefore, being a youth and teen in these times, my mind thinks a little bit differently because I know that I have Christ deep down in my heart. As a youth, my idea of the future church is to reach out to those that know nothing about the church, that doesn't know anything about Christ.
On this 114th anniversary, it should be noted that this church is a nurturing, fostering, and evolving church that is open to all with a desire to be closer to God. We invite you to join us as we continue to
win the world for Jesus.